Boxing King Media. Delighted to be joined by Gamal, Yafai. Gamal, how you doing, man? It's been a while since I bumped into you. You're looking well and healthy.
Good, how are you?
You were just saying there off camera, you're done with boxing. You got no interest in fighting again. You still look like you're fairly in shape. Definitely done. No interest in coming back.
Yeah, man, I always had it in my head since a kid when I started boxing that when I ain't as good as I was, then I'll retire. It's not all about money for me. Like you said, I wanted to win titles and things like that. And if I won, obviously I won the European title. If I wasn't ready for the world title, that was, obviously the case. I wasn't good enough for world title, so I'll just retire.
I heard one of the things you just said there, and I thought, like, I think you're being a bit harsh on yourself. You said that you didn't fulfill your potential or achieve as much as you should have done. But just winning the European title, man, it's a very small percentage of fighters that even get to that.
Yeah, you're right, but still, yeah, didn't reach my potential, but it is what it is. It's life, and like you just says, not many win a European title, so yeah, can't be too hard on myself.
You definitely can't, because obviously, even in that, one of the fights that sticks out for me is the Jason Cunningham fight. I mean, the way you have to drag yourself off the floor to do that consistently and at a point where it's very easy to say, I'm done.
Yeah.
But to have that mentality to say, you're going to have to fucking bury me before I walk away from this. I mean, that's something you can't really train. You're born with that. Do you know what I mean? So that's a special gift.
Yeah, no, that's how I am just in general. Like I say, I won't give up in anything I do really. I could be playing a football match. I don't want to give up. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's just why I am. That's my personality. Win or lose, I'm gonna die trying.
Like I said, man, it's not. That's a gift that you're born with, innit? So you're gifted with that, and then obviously just talking about your brothers as well. And I've asked both of your brothers this, and they both kind of gave the same answer. So I'm gonna ask you the same question. Obviously, you're all from a Yemeni heritage. Which one of you is got more Yemeni in him? Like, who's more in touch with the Yemen side than all three of you?
More Yemeni side. I think Cal. Yeah, I think Cal. Cal's more. Me and Galal talk more. Me and Galal are more. We're more alike in ways. Cal's more. Yeah, Cal's more Yemeni, I'd say. Yeah, I think so. But I don't know. I'm proud to be Yemeni. I want to look proper Yemeni.
Who's the outfit?
I know, yeah. I can't. In there, it's hot. It's boiling in there. But yeah, soon come.
You did. To be fair, all three of you said Cal was first, and I think Galal said you was probably second, and he was third.
Yeah. Galal's. Galal's. Galal's more the cute one, and he's like small. Where me and Cal more more manly. But Cal's. I'd say Cal's more Yemeni than all of us. His hair went early as well, so that makes him even more Yemeni.
That's brutal, that. But he's got a good beard going though.
Yeah, good. Yeah, he has. His beard's good. I ain't got my beard game ain't that good to be fair, so need to fix up. Maybe get a transplant or something.
I've got a question for you. Would you rather have hair on top or on the face?
Hair on top, easy. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but Cal pulls it off. He's bald. He's got good beard. So yeah, he pulls it off. He won't. He don't work for me. He won't. Me, imagine me with a bald head with this big head, man. I got a brick head and it can look good.
You said it, not me. And then just just normal day-to-day life. Obviously when you was fighting, probably your routine, your life was based around training twice a day, dieting. What's a typical day in the life of Gamal Yafai now?
Now, being honest, so I get up in the morning. 7:15. That's my alarm clock. 7:15. Yeah, 7:15. I got two kids, man. My little boy, he's up at like 6, half 6. Then my other son, he's got his school, so I have to take him to school. Do the school run. I might come back down here to do personal sessions. I do personal box sessions as well. So I'll do a few sessions. Then I might go for my usual coffee, breakfast, and then pick up my son from school later on in the afternoon, 3, half 3, and then drop him home, and then literally come here and coach kids here. That's my day.
Basically, family and boxing coaching.
Yeah, but I see, like hand on heart, I see the kids here more than my own kids. Yeah, so I have to I don't like to bring my son to work, but sometimes I have to because that's all I'm going to see him. Because when I come home at 8 o'clock, he's asleep. So, yeah, but Franco Sullivan did that, my old coach, and I respect coaches a lot more now. That I do it a bit now myself. They give a lot of time, and you don't make a lot back really either. So, it's as boxers, as boxing coach, we give a lot of time.
You're 33 now, yeah? So you've had to probably grow up quick. How old are your kids?
My kid's 6 and 3.
You had them quite young, so how you finding like being a dad, early 30s, which is still quite young in this day and age?
Yeah, people look at people. I'm lucky. People can't believe I'm 33. People think I'm like 29, 30, and that, yeah. But yeah, I grew up early. My mum kicked me out when I was young. My mum said to me, "Listen, you gotta go and buy yourself a house."
Is that because you was fucking about a lot?
Nah. To be honest, she mum was like, "You're doing okay boxing. You and Galal do okay. You need to move out." So me and Galal got the same friends, so we're always together, and and we were kind of messing around with our money and whatever. So mum was like, "Listen, you got to put it into a house." So we ended up renting together for a bit, and we eventually ended up buying houses, and it was the best thing mum did. Push us to get out of the house and buy our own houses at young ages, and you know, alhamdulillah, we're okay now. So,
That's good to hear because you hear a lot of fighters when they're done with boxing, they're still kind of like, not struggling, but always kind of trying to find another job. So it's good to know that you've invested and you're kind of comfortable and you've got a nice routine.
I'm not no. Don't get it twisted. I'm not no millionaire, man. I'm not minted. You know what I mean? Far from it. They're a lot more fortunate than me, but I'm okay in it. I'm okay. I'm not. I'm not. I've made bad decisions in my life, in my career. But it is what it is. We move on. I have a good family. We support each other. We help each other. And I'm forever grateful for that.
Just so somebody can learn from it, if there is anything you could share, what is the worst decision you've made that you look back and think, you know what, if I could go back in time, that's one thing I wish I never did. If you can share it, if not, don't worry.
Decision. There's a few. Be selfish. Boxing, you gotta be selfish, man. You gotta think about you. Don't think about anyone else. Your coach or whatever. Coaches will have loads of box. They coach loads of boxers. But they'll have hundreds through their career. You only have one career. So that would probably be mine. But yeah, there's plenty. There's plenty. But yeah.
Let's talk about your brother Francisco Rodriguez, a proper hard fight, on paper. Most people, if he was doing matchmaking, he'd be looking at this kid who's 9-0. Yeah, he's won Olympic gold, but on paper, he's big fight with Sonny Edwards. And then this guy Rodriguez, who's been around for a while, wild, crazy puncher, been at really high level. You would never match the two up together. So tell the people out there why this is the right fight and why your brother is that good that he can take this kind of fight.
To be honest, that's the thing. It's not. We never asked for this fight. This fight got presented to Galal. Obviously, he's eliminated. He was mandatory, so Galal had to fight him. And Galal ain't gonna. Galal's one of them where he ain't gonna back down from anyone. It's always me, Cal, and obviously Rob McCracken. Listen, these are the right fights he has, and same with Sonny fight. He had 8 fights, and Sonny was world champion. Had 20-something fights, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll fight him." Galal's like that. So yeah, this is a fight he has to have to get that gold, that WC gold. And he won. He beat Rodriguez. Rodriguez a handful, a lot harder fight than Sonny Edwards. We've told him that he knows that it will be a hard fight, but. God willing, he wins, and then he fights Taraji for WC gold.
The reason I'm highlighting it is because I hope he gets the credit for taking that kind of step up because, let's see if he does what he did to Sonny Edwards against Rodriguez. People need to know that this guy is at the top of his game.
People don't give Galal the respect, and like it's insane. I'm like, people think because he's my brother that I'm being biased, but I'm going, how you're Olympic champion, yeah? You don't win, you don't have many, it's not like Galal had hundreds of amateur fights, you know what I mean? He probably had 80 amateur fights. For Olympic gold medal, that's not really loads. Then he goes pro, he fights Sonny Edwards, a world champion, who had 5, 6 defences, I think, and then his boxing beat him, then now he's boxing Rodriguez, who was unified at the weight below, I think. Well, I know we had. I'm sure it was unified. And now he beats him, God willing. Then he fights Taraji, who's a pound for pound top 10, who's a right handful, in his 10th fight. So tell me, anyone who's watching this and write in the comments below who's done better. If Galal wins on Saturday, or when he wins on Saturday, and then he beats Taraji, who has a better resume? Galal was number one in UK then, and no one can say any different really. I got like me, okay. People say I'm biased, but what do you think? If Galal beats Rodriguez on Saturday and then beats Taraji, who would you rate number one in the UK?
Name's up there as a pound for pound fighter in the UK, but easily.
Well, easily in the UK, well, Taraji's 10, so you put Galal 8, 9.
Do you think it's mainly because of the eyes on that division aren't always maybe, and sometimes people don't respect the skill and the skill these guys have.
Yeah, but the lightweights are more skilled though. The lightweights.
It's harder to win Olympic gold medals at that lower weight to know that, because some of the South Americans you've got are mad.
Yeah, of course, and but you still have to give these lightweights props. You still have to. Like you say, trust me, it's harder to win world titles at these lower weights, man. It's not easy. It's very hard. Like you say, Galal's had to beat Sonny Edwards, Rodriguez, and Taraji to win a world title. Tell me any other British fighter who's had to beat them kind of fighters for a world title. Not many. You won't see many. I'm telling you. So, like you say, people say different. I know our boxing fans are. They're fickle, but Galal's an outstanding talent, a very good fighter, one in a million, and you don't win Olympic gold if you're not. So yeah, hopefully God willing on Saturday night he gets a win, and then he goes on to fight Taraji in Japan, UK, wherever, and get that world title.
Definitely, and I wish you all the best on that. And I think he's speaking with passion, obviously biased, but I think there's nothing that you're saying isn't wrong. So I think most people that know boxing would agree with that. Outside your brother, is there any other fighters that you like watching from the UK, like the young crop coming up?
From the UK, to be fair, it sounds like since boxing, I don't really watch much boxing as much. I weren't really like, I watch boxing, but I don't watch it like religiously. Yeah, I don't watch it like Saturday night. Obviously, Galal's fight, and then what's the next few shows like the I can't. Yeah, but there'll be a few, of course.
Galanga, Hamza Shira's coming up. You
I'll
got
watch
Dubois,
that, of
Usyk.
course, yeah, I'm gonna watch them fights, of course. Yeah, definitely. Who's good question. Who's name me a few.
We're talking under 10 fights, over 10 fights.
Yeah, anyone who you think's really good from the UK.
So I think the next crop of fighters that could be fighting for world titles, like so you got Dalton Smith, you got Adam Azim, Adam Azim.
Dalton Smith, they're like world class, pretty much like world class already. Adam Azim, and I'm thinking like below that. There's that kid, what's his name?
Got a couple on this undercard.
Yeah, what's his name?
Ibrahim.
Yeah, obviously spoiled.
I tell you who's unbelievable. I'm going to tell you this kid, because this kid is we're on about the right guy, Giorgio Visioli.
Yeah, him. Yeah, that's one I was thinking.
Some of his footage.
Yeah, I seen the other night. I watched him fight that Kane Baker. He's a handful. He's very good. Like you say, he didn't come through GB really. Never Olympic setup and that. So yeah, very good kid.
Do you know who manages him?
Sonny Edwards. Yeah.
I was just going to say, because obviously you guys had a big rivalry of the years.
No, you know what it is. See, the thing is with me, like you say, I'm probably more hot-headed one out of us three, but I'm gonna give you. If you show me respect, I'm gonna give you respect back. Like I think I met you once or twice. You're polite, you're respectful to me. I'm gonna show you respect back. I'm not gonna be rude, and that's why I'm with everyone. I can't be a coach here if I'm not. There's kids that come in here that are a nightmare, but and even when they don't show me respect, I have to show me respect. You know what I mean? So it's with Sonny. It was just the bad mouthing, talking behind my back, and it's just like I don't want to even go into it now because you're gonna watch this interview. It's done, but it's just like I'm not that guy where you can just take the piss out. Like anyone that knows me properly knows I'm not that guy. So
George Visioli. Back to George Visioli. So
back to George. Yeah, he's a good kid, good talented kid, and no doubt he's going to good things. And
I was telling somebody about him. I think he's probably one of the best talents in the UK that nobody knows about. Have you heard about his sparring with Gamal Moulton? Have you heard about it?
That I seen it on Twitter. That's the one from America, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got a lot of hype around him.
He looks like Javante Davis, don't he? He looks a bit like him, but yeah.
I've seen the sparring, and whatever Giorgio said is that's how he went down. It was unbelievable.
You know what it is? I've obviously watched. I forget about sparring. I've seen his fights. Obviously, other fighters don't like to give other fighters credit. If a kid deserves credit, I'll give it him. What I've seen him is very good, but it's against decent. With all due respect, Kane Baker's not. A world beat or even British level. So we'll see when he steps up. But he looks like he has the minerals to surpass British European level.
100%. Gamal, pleasure. We all agreed that you're the most Yemeni in the family. All the brothers agreed on that.
Obviously. You got BYD in it.
Look at the beard.
You got the BYD in it.
You got one as well?
No, I don't drive electric cars.
Have you ever driven an electric though?
Yeah, I have.
Game changer. Which electric did you drive?
A Tesla.
That's why. You stick to BYD.
Yeah, but all these Sheffield lot are behind that BYD or whatever it is.
Unless I want to give you one for free.
Yeah. Well, ring them up. You never know.
Otherwise I'm sticking to
I'm
petrol,
sure.
that's it.
Is Johnny Nelson sponsored by her?
And so is he. That's why he's
Oh, is he?
driving one. Get us a deal.
Yeah, yeah.
If you want to know anything that's not Elon Musk is good. Anything that's not Elon Musk is good.
Yeah, obviously. But yeah. I'll let you carry on.
But yeah, I think we're done. Gamal, pleasure catching up with you, mate. And all the best on Saturday night with your brother.
Thank you very much. Nice to speak to you.
Thank you.